Free Guy is a bad movie.
I think we're like one of the few big movies to come out this year, or at least in the last 100 years, as I understand it, that is not based on IP of any kind whatsoever. It's very increasingly rare and very hard to do in this current marketplace, which is open a big blockbuster movie that's based on nothing but an original idea. For me, the most appealing thing is kind of a weird one. It's a big scale, totally accessible, original film. That's an increasingly rare thing these days, is to have something that isn't based on a comic book or previously known IP or a sequel. So it was really important to make a wholly original blockbuster summer film.
Sequel that is not based on anything. It's an original, big budget movie. And we don't get a lot of those anymore in movie theaters. And so the hope is that there's still an audience that will tell each other and evangelize for a film, and that we get to experience something that we don't know anything about going in. And we get the kind of, frankly, the enjoyment of the new and the surprise.
We are first introduced to our main protagonist, Emmett. Truman. Guy.
I've lived here in Free City my whole life. I've got a best friend, I've got a goldfish, and I work at the bank.
Yep, just a common man, trapped in his own lifestyle.
Don't have a good day. Have a great day.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
I know the woman I'm looking for.
Let me guess. The one with the offbeat see him and the obsession with feel good diva pop. Yes.
Who suddenly falls in love with a girl.
I've got a map, shows the location of his stash house. Don't know how you'll get in, but if you do, Clip 56 might interest you.
That is currently trying to search for an object to save the world.
She's wearing sunglasses.
So?
What do you mean so? So people with sunglasses don't talk to people like us.
So we are introduced to the concept of sunglasses, as all the players need one to play. Why? Why do players need glasses within the game to play the game? How is this beneficial for the experience? Don't worry, this will only get more confusing as we go along. Okay, so we also established that he cannot die. That will surely be useful later on.
Coming soon! Free City 2!
So I know this is a completely fictitious game, but how do you control so many facial expressions with a keyboard? I understand that this mechanic will make the world feel more real, but how do you actually control it? Is it a camera that actually records your face and translates it to the game? Because that's clearly not the case later on. So we get exposition by directly telling us what the whole movie is about.
Free City? No, I have a lawsuit against the publisher, and the evidence that I need is in the game.
Eventually.
He goes to work feeling conflicted about the girl when he just so happens to see her.
What is wrong with this
stupid mission? I told you to smoke his ass.
I'll give them right back. I said no!
That's why the game needs players to use glasses, so that the main character can grab one. It's not really beneficial for the game, it just needs to be there for the plot to happen.
Oh, this user, he gets his glasses stolen and then killed. The guy was smoked by a non-playable character.
An NPC that's impossible.
If it's designed for players, why will an NPC be able to use it?
Exactly. Nobody can equip an NPC's skin on their avatar.
Okay, what is your biggest pet peeve of how movies in the past have portrayed video games? Like, how people hold the controller, or like the sound effects, or just sort of the framing of them.
I can't think of a specific example, but if they try to fit like gamer speak into a movie just to try and seem relevant, or just to be like, this is a gamer movie because we've used this word, no.
Yeah, so you just boot the trash ass noob, ban him for life, you're done.
They decide to kill Guy within the game. Also, you are the developers. You have full control of the game already. You can do less things within the game. I guess it's fine as long as they remain consistent that they can't do anything outside the video game.
Run, go, 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 go.
So they have control over the building and the city by using their keyboard. Then why even enter the game? Just change the shape of the whole building and fuck him up.
Millie.
I found a clue. It's on a clip in the camera stash house. All I need from you is to get me in there.
She enters the game to retrieve the evidence.
Should I come with you?
She clearly has access to a portal gun, and even though that's not how a portal gun works, I'm sure this will be a very useful tool later on.
Okay. Wait, how will I know that I've leveled up enough?
Get over 100, and we'll talk.
They begin to explain levels, and I guess now the goal of Guy is to reach a level 100. Why?
We're sitting in the editing room, and Ryan and I were like, okay, we need to make Blue Shirt Guy famous. We need to tell the audience that Blue Shirt Guy is becoming a global phenomenon. How can we do that?
3 words for you. Blue Shirt Guy. BSG is leveling up and at a record pace by playing the hero.
So, until now, nobody else thought of being a good guy except him, and that not being violent is somehow an advantage rather than a disadvantage? But why is that? What makes him more skilled than other people? He's responding and learning, but wouldn't other gamers do the exact same thing?
I don't know who this guy is, but he's outskilling all these players.
Yeah, he's good. He looks like an NPC, but he's running around leveling up crazy fast by being the freaking good guy.
Why is Jacksepticeye in this movie?
Also, I would say the storytelling in the movie was elevated for that, because suddenly you have this whole different perspective where it doesn't feel like fake commentary. It feels like, no, what else is Ninja gonna say about what he's watching?
Why let you decide whether or not this is important when we can tell you what to feel?
In the film, like the way they keep cutting back to the streams as well does really increase the suspense. Like, imagine if those bits weren't there, it would dramatically change the way that story is told and how tense that moment feels. So I think adding those moments with us in is a positive thing for the story in the movie.
Who the fuck are you? I kind of recognize him though.
Just move! If you guys know it, just move. It's all I want to see, some movement. I'm not seeing enough movement. Oh my God.
I did it with collaborators who were very game fluent. I also consulted extensively in pre-production and in development of the script with game designers, game publishers, and people who lived and breathed in that world and in that community and culture.
And by the way, my kids were really helpful at that. I have teenagers, and my teenage boys were like, oh yeah, this guy, that guy. And, you know, I don't play Fortnite. And they told me all about Fortnite. You know, I watched them play Fortnite a bunch of times.
Eventually, Guy keeps leveling up because apparently all of the gamers do the exact same thing every time they fight with him. You know, something that gamers always do. We suddenly see what happens when they take the special glasses off.
Mine now. Are you kidding me?
Who is controlling the avatar if it was deactivated? Was the NPC sentient beforehand, or are there a number of NPCs designed to be controlled, and the rest can't? This doesn't make any sense. Keys helps the girl to retrieve the information for the case. Okay, use the portal gun. Can't they materialize any object that's convenient for them?
You should definitely go!
If you don't have the clip, why does it matter if they kill you here? Just die and try again. Both of you can respawn, just like a video game.
What about the asshole running around in the game who looks like an NPC?
Yeah, we call him Blue Shirt Guy, but we're gonna get rid of him.
Don't get rid of him. People like him. It's all over social media.
So we clearly established that Guy is good for the game's reputation. Hey, it's time for the romance subplot with Wild Style. I mean, Millie.
Get out of my brain hole! I love bubblegum ice cream.
Shouldn't she be deactivated?
Word of advice? Don't crib your jokes from the trolls in Free City.
Breakfast. Goals! Say bye, Felicia, to that testing stress. Weather's gonna be turned, right, Chris?
Yes! Toledo weather gonna be V-lit during testing week. A hundo P.
They discovered that Free City is based on their code and Guy is sentient. Don't know why that's not enough evidence, but okay.
Here, Free City 2 is not an update.
It's a replacement.
Exactly.
So when Free City 2 launches on Monday.
Blue Shirt Guy, all proof of our code, everything will be deleted.
Oh, so that's why Free City 2 is going to be released soon, to inflate the drama and give an arbitrary goal to increase the stakes.
Find our original build in the game. It'll prove that Antoine used our code without properly licensing it. We just have to find it before Free City 2 launches. We have 48 hours.
So they decide to tell Guy what's going on for some reason.
It's a video game and that's all it is. You only exist here. It's why you can never leave Free City.
He gets existential for a couple of minutes, then it just gets immediately resolved, so they just search for the video.
You're a blue shirt guy! It's you! Yeah. I love you. I mean, I'm like a fan. You're awesome. You can have anything you want. The glitch is patched. Never found it again. I'm the only one that ever saw what was on the other side. But it's all here. Check it out. It's pretty cool, actually. It's like a whole other world.
One of the first actual positive, legitimate representations of gaming culture in a really long time. Like, there are a lot of movies that, do gamers dirty, and this is one of the most accurate, actual depictions of gamers, in nowadays.
You right now, you really have to do that here? I'm saying my catchphrase. Everybody's watching. God!
You're 22 living in my house. There is no God.
Sorry, guy.
Running away.
God?
Go!
Why are you standing still? Didn't other avatars just walk like nothing when the players weren't able to control them? So they find the thing. Okay, movie's over.
He's dead! I thought you liked blue shirt.
People are so busy watching this loser on Twitch and YouTube. You know what they're not doing, guys? Buying Free City 2.
What exactly is the relation between more views on YouTube with fewer sales? Shouldn't it be the other way around? If he's viral, then more people will be aware of the game, therefore more sales. How is attracting more attention to your game bad?
Virus is giving me ass and ball cancer at the same time. Inoperable.
Taika understands it from a story perspective. It's not just to make a joke or to be funny or make a funny sound or do a weird thing. It's very grounded.
Yeah, I do know people that like Antoine. They've got the swagger about them that they kind of are just riffing off stuff and not really making any sense.
You could just reboot the server.
Keep talking.
If we reboot the server, then he's just gonna revert back to a regular non-player guy.
Okay, I'm sure they are already out of the game with the evidence.
It's our original build, and that build is proof our code is in the game. You have no idea how long I've waited for this.
I've seen this place.
Oh no, it just so happens that they need a media player inside the bar. We need to go there instead of immediately getting out of the game and finishing the movie. So that's why Antoine suddenly hates Guy, because otherwise Millie would have retrieved the video and the movie would have ended.
I'm sorry, lady. I think you have the wrong guy.
Delivers exposition as eloquently as you do in this scene and in this movie.
He's very kind in saying so.
He delivers exposition better than anyone I've ever seen in my life. You make it entertaining and riveting, all the while looking like a goddamn snack.
Did you guys have a specific character that you had to offload the most, game development jargon on, and they had to look at,
Yes.
super authentic? Who was that? Was that Taika Waititi or who was it?
No, I would say it's Joe Keery's character.
He meets you in Free City, and once he sees you, he can never be the same. He was supposed to feel doomed, but instead, he feels alive.
So they kiss, and he remembers everything. But why? If his programming was meant to be activated when he listened to her, shouldn't he be questioning himself again instead of immediately remembering everything?
Antoine hid our original build past the horizon, making it invisible, but he forgot to scrub the reflections.
You know this very important object that we have been searching for almost the first half of the movie? Okay, that's shit, because we just happened to find it in the room of the main protagonist. Just like that. Man, that's so satisfying.
Where we can matter, but we have to fight for it. We have to fight together.
They figure out what they are trying to do. So they try to stop Guy. Why not just shut down the game or restart it like we already saw?
Some 4 wheels to the face. Take that.
So you are telling me that you can throw cars at them, move entire buildings, but you are not going to place a single hole in the road in front of them? And you, why not use the portal gun?
I have no idea where these fools are running to.
I do. Southern Shore. Hitman's Beach. No, it's Time for dude.
So Keys is captured and he just keeps helping his friends without any interference. He creates a bridge and even starts streaming. But I guess they won't just destroy the bridge or stop streaming. No, we can't do anything about this, even though we had full control of the whole city just a couple of minutes ago. So they plan to show the stolen code to the rest of the world. Let's actually follow the logic. If they show the code that Antoine stole, how will that stop the shutdown?
It's not just like, oh, turn on the magic streaming device that streams everything to everyone everywhere.
So they start streaming everything to everyone, everywhere. How will they know what they are even looking at? Why will they even care? Oh, so that's why he needed to gather attention by being a good guy, because otherwise nobody will care.
The construct of, necessity is the mother of invention. We needed something in the movie for my character to physically fight against, because my main enemy was Antoine, Taika Waititi's character, who lives in the real world, not in the game world. So we created a scenario in which Taika's character launches Dude, which is an upgraded version of me.
So let's say that he actually kills Guy. What then? Wouldn't he respawn again? What will Anton do that he can't do right now?
If we were doing a movie about like baseball, it'd be weird to cut to a fan at home saying, "Oh, Reggie's gonna strike out here."
Oh shit, that's a death blow.
Get up!
Mom, he's coming in with a death blow.
What the shit?
Did you actually get one of the legit Captain America movie shields to use?
No, not at all. No, we didn't even know that they would say yes until after. Well, we 100% yes until after we shot it. So
okay,
yeah. So we were leaving room to make that shield something else if we had to.
Okay, what would it have been if it wasn't a shield?
Could have just been a gladiator shield. Could have been anything. Yeah.
So, call me crazy, but are the Avengers or Star Wars known for being video games? Okay, then why are they in this movie about video games?
We had this movie. We were a Fox movie. While we were making it, Disney bought Fox. And suddenly Ryan and I were like, oh, we're getting ready to shoot the third act of the movie. And the whole point is Ryan's character now has like greater abilities. And we're like, well, wouldn't it be cool if Disney let us play with one of those toys in its chest? So we literally wrote an email to like the kings of Disney. And we said, hey, could we maybe have one of these toys to play with in our little movie Free Guy? And to our astonishment, they said yes. And we're like, yes to which? And they said yes to all. And that led to the third act of Free Guy.
And now they use the portal gun. He defeats Dude. All of this reminds me of something, but I'm not really sure what. So Anton realizes that he's fucked, he goes to the servers and destroys them, instead of, I don't know, cutting the electricity or restarting the whole thing like you already did, god fucking damn it. Therefore he just destroys parts of the city that will not let the movie end immediately. Oh wait, no, he dies. Even though nobody knows what the fuck is going on, this is shown as a very meaningful moment. Just listen to the song, guys, please. He finds the place, so of course he survives.
You have the rights to our code, keep all the profits, just give me what's left of Free City.
And everyone is happy, but not this guy. So even though the goal of Guy was to get the girl, he changes his mind at the last minute, saying that, yeah, please go fall in love with him. We need a happy ending, no matter what. He just comes back, just like that. Well, I guess it doesn't matter, just like this movie.
And I had read it. I'm not even sure Ryan knew this at the time. I had read it 3 years earlier.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what? This should probably be made by a hardcore gamer. And I let it go. Ryan calls me up in the summer of 2018. He's like, I read this thing. I'm not really a big video gamer, but I think this could be like a new Truman Show.